Welcome to the kickoff of Excel. Today is the start of Excel. So I guess today is technically day 0 because tomorrow is day 1. I am so excited you are going on this journey with us. Are you anything like me? You love Jesus with all your heart and you want to grow closer to Him and you want to learn more from the Bible, but you just don't know where to start? We have a solution for you. It's called Excel. What's that, you ask? Let me tell you. Excel is the Roman numeral for 40, and it's slang for the word excel, as in E-X-C-E-L, which means to go beyond a set limit, to surpass, exceed, or improve upon. Basically, it means that Excel is 40 days devoted to spiritual growth. For the next 40 days, we are going to grow together in ways you never thought were possible. Together, all the kids at our church are going to do a daily devotion called Excel. This year's Excel book is blue and it's a beach theme. All throughout this devotion book, we are going to learn about people, places, and events in the Bible. This week, we're going to dive into some of the most amazing stories in the Bible, and I promise you, it's going to blow your mind. Did you know that the devil's favorite punctuation mark is this? Stay tuned to find out why. This week, we're going to talk about how God's power, justice, and love are at work in His plan for us. From Adam and Eve to the plagues in Egypt, these stories will remind us to trust God and to follow His ways. Here's a sneak peek at what you're going to learn each day this week. Day 1, creation. God made everything, and everything He made was good. From lights to humans, God's creativity and power were on full display. But there's one piece of this creation that wasn't good. It was very good! Find out what that was when you read Day 1. Day 2 is about Adam and Eve sinning. We'll learn how the sneaky snake tricked them into disobeying God and how sin separated them from Him. Remember, where God puts a period, the devil puts a question mark. That's why we put that question mark on the screen earlier. Day 3 is about Noah and the flood. Imagine 40 days of rain, just like Excel, but with more water. We're going to see how Noah's obedience saved his family and the animals. Day 4 is about Sodom and Gomorrah. Man, people had some weird names back in the Bible days. Still do today. I know, like Seth. God shows us His justice, but we'll also learn why it's important not to look back once you've turned away from sin. Day 5 is about Abraham and Isaac. Abraham trusted God completely, and we'll see how God provided for him in an unexpected way. Day 6 is about 10 plagues. Day 6 is about 10 plagues. Hey, we were supposed to cut that out. We're not supposed to show bloopers. Pharaoh didn't listen and things went from bad to worse for Egypt. Kind of like when mom tells you not to eat too much candy, but you do it anyway, and now you're lying on the couch holding your stomach, questioning every decision you've ever made. On day 6, Pharaoh discovers that just like you know how you don't mess around with mama, you don't mess with God. With each day's devotion, there is a Bible passage for you to read. But don't just read this, look it up in your own Bible. And then underline and highlight the same text in your Bible as we did in the book. And if you want to, you can even copy our notes into your own Bible so you always have them with you. I know what some of you are thinking. But Sean, I don't know how to look up verses in my Bible. I'm glad you said that. Let me teach you how. First, you want to open to the front of your Bible to the page called Contents, or maybe it says Table of Contents. Here you'll find a list of all the books of the Bible. Did you know that there are actually 66 books in the Bible? On this list, find the book you are looking for. Next to the book name is a page number. That's the page that book of the Bible begins on. Turn to that page. Ta-da! Now you're going to look for the large size number. This is called the chapter number. In many Bibles, the chapter number is a different color. See? Mine is the color blue. Once you find the chapter number, then you want to find the verse number. The verse is going to be a tiny sized number, and it's normally even smaller than the words on the page. Boom! I found it! This week will be super easy because the first 5 days all come from the book of Genesis, which is the first book of the Bible. And then day 6 comes from Exodus, which is the next book after Genesis. In addition to your devotion to read, you have a big memory verse to learn each week. This week's verse ties all the stories back to God's original creation and His overarching plan for our lives. It begins with God's amazing creation and shows how, even after sin, God's plan continues to unfold. This verse connects to each topic, and it reminds us that God's creation was originally good, even though sin messed it up. Despite that, God's power over creation is highlighted in every story this week. This week's memory verse can be found on the blue poster. It says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God saw everything He had made, and it was very good. So the heavens and the earth and everything in them were completed." Genesis 1:1, 1:31, and 2:1. Woo! That's a big one. But you've got this. Plus, to help you learn this verse, you can wear the blue wristband and the starfish temporary tattoo. Remember that every letter on this wristband and on the temporary tattoo stand for a word in this week's memory verse. So look at these often and practice this every single day. Well, there you have it. This week is packed with big stories and even bigger lessons about God's power, His plan, and how much He loves us. Be sure to do God's time every day. I'll see you next week. Later. Love ya. Bye-bye. Pharaoh didn't listen, and things went from bad to worse for Egypt. Kind of like when you roll your eyes at your mom and suddenly your weekend plans mysteriously disappear. Things went from bad to worse for Egypt. Kind of like when your mom says, "Don't make me count to 3, and you test your luck, only to realize 3 comes way faster than you thought. To worse for Egypt. Kind of like when you're supposed to go to bed, but you sneak your tablet under the covers, and suddenly mom is standing in the doorway like a ninja. I think this is like the 12th take on that one line. I can't get this right. I give up. I make too many mistakes. And then day 6 comes from Exodus, which is the second. I can't do the video. What are they doing up there? They're like banging around, moving chairs. Find the page that says table of content. Alphabetical order? I didn't even know my Bible has the books of the Bible listed in alphabetical order. I just discovered that. How cool is that?